Good morning, Principal Schultz and Mrs. Kineski. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate that you took some time out of your day to meet with me so that I can present my family and community communication plan to you. I developed several proposals that I will be explaining, and they're all based on informal interviews, observation, and dialogue with students and parents, and even some other staff from Ironwood Elementary. To start with, I researched the Ironwood's demographics according to gradeschools.org and this graph that I've included from the website. 57% of students in Ironwood Elementary belong to a different race or ethnicity that is different from white. So, with that 57% in mind, we could assume that some or even most of these students have a second language other than English, and they're labeled as English language learners. Throughout my observations and dialogue and informal interviews, I rarely heard anything about communicating with parents that are non-English speakers, and I will be following through that through my last proposal. But I do have two other more subtle proposals that will enhance the communication with family members that I think could really, really help Ironwood, and these are the following. My first proposal is here. I have seen the pickup time, and I've seen the stress that teachers go through, and also parents and even students, because it becomes a time where there is a lot of confusion. I think that using a white piece of paper with a student's name, last name, and grade level could really help teachers locate the cars, the family cars, where the student is supposed to go in. It also emphasizes the safety that Ironwood really advocates for, and it also makes it less time consuming and less stressing for parents, teachers, and students. By doing this, I believe it's part of a communication plan, because whenever there is pickup time, there is vaguely any communication, and by having this very simple sign in the car, it could really make everything easier for really everyone. My second proposal is the following: parent participation buck. Given that students participate in Bold Bucks and that they are able to earn those if they are demonstrating good behavior, completing work, reading, being nice, all of those things can contribute for them to earn some Bold Bucks. I thought that parents should be able to earn Bold Bucks for their kids as well. I really feel that by having this initiative come true, parents are going to become much more involved, and there's going to be a lot more parental involvement in the education of our students with something as simple as a participation Bold Buck. How I envision this working in real life is by parents earning these through volunteering experiences. A lot of parents have the assumption that volunteering requires sometimes a lot of time, and that they are in a way forced to continue that, and also that it might involve some monetary donation. Now, I believe that time can be donated, and there's a lot of different ways where parents can earn this money, this Bold Bucks. It could be as simple as signing the homework at the end and verifying that it is complete, and that will skyrocket homeworks being turned in. Also, parents coming in and assisting the teacher with an activity. Being that it is Christmas time, there's some teachers that are participating in Christmas activities and Christmas projects, and having a parent there can really help with managing behavior, helping students build a project, and just being that figure there can make their experience much richer. Also, Another thing that they can do is read a book about themselves that they can connect to, and they have something inspirational that they can talk about. They have different talents, career paths, a lot of different ways that parents could be there, and they can earn this for their child. They'll make the experiences for everybody more meaningful, and it will help them retain that information much better in their long-term memory. My third and last proposal involves the ELL parent situation I talked earlier, and it is a parent support system for Ironwood. And this is a flyer that I created. With this initiative and proposal that I am establishing comes with a lot of benefits. Talking about my life as an English language learner, I know my parents were not involved in school as much as I like them to. And I really knew that one of the reasons why, the biggest reason why, was the language barrier. If parents knew that there is other parents who are also non-English speakers, and that there would be an outlet for them to get together, get to know each other, and participate and learn from each other, I am sure my parents would have participated in this. Being in the United States and not being an English speaker can be very hard for parents and students, and also that language barrier brings in isolation, and I feel like having a support system for parents to come to a space where they feel safe and they can communicate with others, relate to others, learn from each other, can really give the community of English language learner parents a voice. If Ironwood Elementary wants to be a school that embraces diversity and cultural aspects, then all voices of our parents and students should be heard. By having this opportunity right here, that will give empowerment to non-English speakers, and it can build a very nice community, and it has the potential of parents feeling more comfortable coming in the classrooms and helping. What this initiative requires is a teacher or teacher volunteers that are able to donate an hour of your time. I know that some teachers already take on a lot of things, but in retrospect, if we think about this, if you donate 1 hour of your time, you build relationship with these parents, you get to know them, you get to know your student better, what works for them. And by doing so, there is a potential that you are recruiting volunteers yourself. So if you give yourself that time, I am sure that they can give that to you in a way. And by having this support system, I outlined that all these benefits right here. This flyer could be done in different languages so that parents can be attracted to it and that they're able to understand the flyer. I also think that if a teacher invites these parents in, that will make the support system much stronger. It only takes really one teacher that is passionate about this, that is able to put in the work for an hour, make this meeting engaging and fun, fruitful, and beneficial, substantial. And that will make parents come, and they will make parents probably invite other parents and want to participate and be part of the Ironwood community. Finally, I think it is very important to have this happen as soon as possible, because it could really help on the hourly learning gap that our students might be going through. This section right here, and this section right here involves parental involvement. We're talking about over 3,000 hours that our students could be missing of learning experiences. If teachers, parents, and students work collaboratively to a same goal, there is a lot more potential for students to succeed in a much better school environment that is filled with a family community sense. the best way to break this cycle is by being team members and working with parents and students. Here are some extra possible solutions, like training program for teachers to communicate with ELL parents, quarterly consultations, checking in on parents and students, positive phone calls, weekly, monthly, which would be the positive phone calls, and then having an information anonymous blog on the website could really help students, the parents of students, communicate with each other. If they have a concern, if they have some doubts, that's a safe place where they can go to. And implementing universal design learning for ELL students can really help them demonstrate their learning capabilities and what they're understanding in a way that they can really showcase those talents and improve their learning experiences. These are my works cited, and again, thank you for listening and for being part of this proposal. I am very excited to hear back from you and your feedback about this, and hopefully these proposals could be implemented in Ironwood and change that family and communication to a more positive outcome. Thank you again.